This is Sirui's latest autofocus anamorphic lens, the 50mm Astra series that we are pairing with the Nikon ZR here on set. Now I'm really excited about this lens because it is one of the first full-frame autofocus anamorphic lenses, and it pairs pretty well with the Nikon ZR. So in today's video, we're going to be using this on set. I'm going to show you some footage from my latest short film and just using this in a run and gun scenario and show you the power of autofocus as an anamorphic.
I also want to thank K&F Filters for sponsoring today's video and making it possible.
This is a magnetic filter system that I've been using with Sirui's anamorphic lens. It just sits on here magnetically, and it has not only a VND filter, but it also comes with a mist filter.
So here is the lens, and you may notice there are some physical markings on this lens. The construction overall is really fantastic for otherwise an affordable autofocus anamorphic lens. Now, of course, there's the autofocus mode, but when you put this thing into the manual mode, you can actually operate this as if it's a manual lens, even with focus by wire. But as you can see right here, it's actually got focus markings, and there is a hard stop and start. So there are hard endpoints, which is really great for an autofocus lens that's focused by wire, because typically we don't see those in this kind of lens. You also have a custom function button right here, and there is a way to turn on and off the iris the clicks. So as you see, I just turned it on, and you could probably hear we got the clicks now in the aperture, but I typically leave mine in the A mode, which you can see right here. And when you leave it in the A mode, it lets you control what the aperture is in camera. Typically, I'm looking at everything in camera. I want to be able to control it that way, but I guess if you want to lock it off like a traditional cinema lens, you can. If you want to leave it at f1.8, f2.8, whatever it is, you can do that just by rotating on here. But like I said, I leave it on the A automatic one. So let's talk about the weight for a second. Because of how light this lens is, I was able to pair it with the Nikon ZR and put it on an extremely small gimbal, the Weebill 3E, which is probably at this point in time the smallest gimbal that I have that could have any kind of mirrorless camera. I used to have even some smaller Zhiyun gimbals, but those were definitely too small for this. I think this lens and the Nikon ZR, they pair perfectly on super small gimbals that can take cameras, under 4 pounds or so. Work great. I was able to even put my DJI mic system on top when I needed it. And it really impressed me because this is the first time I could take something that's not the size of an RS3, RS4, and travel around with it, because if you haven't seen the Zhiyun Weebill 3E, it's like one of the lightest gimbals I've ever used. It's kind of like their super budget gimbal that's like under $200. And so it was cool to see that I could, kind of throw that gimbal in my bag and bring it with me when I need it, because I'm trying to use gimbals less now. But in this short, I wanted to bring, the smallest gimbal possible, since I was bringing the smallest kit possible. And it was great that I could use that gimbal on set and produce these images and just move really quickly, which, although I could have done it handheld, I wouldn't have had some of those smooth walking movements on set. Everything would have had to be a lot more stationary. So that's kind of the really big benefit of this. Is you would think it's an autofocus anamorphic lens. You'd think it would have some weight to it, but it's really not that heavy. So this is a 1.33x squeeze lens. So you're not going to get the craziest anamorphic bokeh. You're not going to get the craziest distortion at the corners. It's also pincushion distortion, which most of the Sirui lenses are. But the main thing you're going to get with this is you're going to get somewhat ovular bokeh, and you are going to get really cool anamorphic looking flares. Now, I'm using the neutral flare version of this lens, and in the short film, I wanted to try and film that thing without forcing flares, because I wanted to see if this thing would flare a lot, since in the past, a lot of the Sirui lenses would flare very easily. And I'm happy to report this thing doesn't flare as easily as past lenses, and the flaring looks really nice. And when filming with this lens, especially on the Nikon ZR, you get a really nice filmic look. If you look at a lot of these shots that I shot on the Axonar Bridge, a lot of the shots had very minimal lighting, and I just loved the way they came out with a super small crew. I had Jim, my gaffer, helping me out on a few of the shots just with one little 60-watt light and a super small inflatable softbox, and I just loved how this thing came out. So overall, I'm really happy with this lens. I think for the money, if you're looking to get that anamorphic footage in your video and you're really a solo creator, you're not working on a big set with a bunch of people, these things, I'm excited for the future of them. I think what's needed is they need some wider focal lengths. They definitely need a 35. A 27 would be great, but I think I could probably live with a 35. And then, of course, in the future, if they can have a higher squeeze factor, as we get some of these cameras like the Blackmagic I'm shooting on right now, that's getting improved autofocus over time, but also has open gate. That's where we can get a 1.5x squeeze autofocus anamorphic lens, or maybe even higher than that. Those will make sense on open open gate sensors like the Blackmagic has. And originally I wanted to get this for the L mount for the Blackmagic we're shooting on now, but I was getting the Nikon ZR in, and I really love the way that the autofocus works on the Nikon ZR in the R3D files, and that's why I decided to shoot with the Nikon ZR and get the Z mount version of this lens. The color science of red and the R3D files obviously help a lot. I mean, I really do like the color science of R3D. That's why I got the Nikon ZR. But I also like the Blackmagic, so I'm interested to see as Blackmagic improves their autofocus. I mean, look, here we are right now. We're going away. This is on a Blackmagic camera, so I'm interested to see how the L mount version of these lenses work in the future. I'm sure we'll see some other creators coming out with L mount reviews of these lenses on L mount Blackmagic cameras, Lumix cameras. But let me know your thoughts. What do you think about the Sirui Astra lens? Do you think it's worth it? Do you think maybe it's not enough squeeze for you? Do you think it's just enough anamorphic look for you? Let me know in the comments below. And if you got knowledge and value out of today's video, please make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell to keep up to date with the latest videos on the channel. And until next time, my name's Jeff Fagien. Thank you for joining me as always, and I will catch you in the next video.